strong woman has always thought to herself, why does this happen? Why are people doing this to each other? And more, you see it, you hear it. Violence after violence. Children, gay people, the Amish, everybody are killing each other. Everybody's repressing something. Everybody has a secret. I don't care if you look to your right, to the left, up, down, and you see someone, they have a secret. I don't care if you're in a synagogue, a church, a mosh. I don't care where you are. Everyone has a secret. Do you want me to tell you the secret? We're all human. That's not a secret. We're repressed. That's the secret. People, we're all the same. If we just stop the fear and open our minds, we might be eating something new tonight. You're so bored. What am I going to cook? Let me look into a cookbook. Let me check out this Mexican recipe, Chinese recipe, Southern recipe, Northern recipe. Instead of looking them up on the internet, talk to your neighbor. Get to know them. They're just like you. They come here with the same likes and needs. Many of them walking miles that we will never do in one attempt to have a better life. They walk more miles than your family does combined in one life, just so they can have a better life, because they know they're good people, and they just need a chance. They break through borders. They run from coyotes. They run from the law, just to be good people. And what do? How do we feel? The fear in our hearts come out as poison and think there's a wall built. When are these walls going to stop? That's the problem. We all got these walls up. We need to take these walls down. If you put up a wall, then the next person's going to put up a wall. Then 3 other people are going to put up a wall. Well, I guess there's a reason. Come on, people. We got our own brains here. What's the reason we only use 8% of our brains? The reason is we're not allowed to use 92% of our brains. We're not allowed to look at someone and not see their skin color. That's why we're only allowed to use 8% of our brains. Because if we were allowed to use 15% of our brains, we wouldn't have these problems. How do we use 15% of our brains, you ask? Well, go to that neighbor. You know. You know when Strong Woman says this, you know. You can live on your block for 30 years and still not know that neighbor because they different from you. You know that's true. You can't deny it. You can repress it. But it's not going to help society. It's not going to help that little child, that little animal, the elderly, the weak. It's not helping them at all. They're part of our human race too. How dare you take away their rights? Who am I to? Who's Strong Woman to? If we're not helping society, we're hurting society. Let's get that clear. Let's get that clear. It's time. It's true what I'm saying. If it isn't, then it won't sound true. If it sounds right, that's for you to decipher. Strong Woman could only relay the horror stories she's heard firsthand, many being complete strangers. Thankfully, she took the time and listened. Repressed, restrained, inhibited, oppressed of a thought, feeling, or desire, keep suppressed and unconscious in one's mind. Restrained, suppressed, held back, stifled, pent up, bottled up, vented, repressed feelings, having or characterized by a large number of thoughts feelings or desires, especially sexual ones, that are suppressed in this way. Google it, people. That's what the definition of repressed means. Does this sound like us? Society? Repressed feelings only lead to anger and hate. We all have this in common. We all have a secret. And I have another secret. We all have the same exact shame we're hiding. Why? Maybe because we went to Sunday school, Monday school, Bible school, school. How are we supposed to be? Why can't we just look into our hearts and be? We just worry about our individual hearts, and unless we're not hurting somebody, taking advantage of somebody, then this is why society, human race, is dying. You see people around you, but yet the human race is dying. When you snuff someone out, choke them out, because they're selling Lucy's on the street, and they tell you, I can't breathe, and you don't let go, that's fear. When it takes 10 of you to get one person down, that's fear and hate. It's all necessary. He was just selling a few Lucy's on the corner. He wasn't selling heroin to children. Choke them out. He told you. He can't breathe. And then the black man represses. The woman loses her husband. The children lose their father, the mother, the sister, the brother. We all have that in common. When are you going to wake up? When are you going to wake up? You're living out of fear of truth in your own heart. You know it. Only you know your truth. Only you know what represses you. Strong woman has a good idea, but she has to keep her opinions to herself. She just wants you to use more of that brain we were talking about. 8%. That's nothing. Nothing. Open that brain. Black men not trying to steal our white women. Open your brain. That Spanish person not trying to steal your job. Open your brain. Open the truth within you. Why do you really hate that person? Why? Think about it. They didn't do nothing to you. Just 'cause the way they look? Really? This is why mothers are losing their children? Cops are dying. Innocent children being shot up by machine guns. Clubs. Is nowhere safe? We'll never be safe. Because of repression. Because of fear. Because of anger. It's a poison. It's strong. We need to be stronger. Stop all this. All of us. Individually. Don't say I'm not doing wrong to nobody. Well, you're not doing right for nobody either. Stop being lazy. Put down your phones. Stop looking for the next Pokemon. Are you kidding me? Pokemon. We got starving kids, animal abuse, on, and you're looking for Pokemon? Really? How could you even? It's desensitized. Being desensitized. Well, there's nothing I can do about it, so I'm going about my life. Well, that's nice for you, until tragedy happens to you. Then what? You'll be on the news, or your family member will be on the news. Everyone will hear it, see it. Some will feel, and some will say hateful stuff. Because that's how they feel. Well, when it happened to my family member, nobody cared. Why should I care now that it happened to a white person? I don't blame these thoughts sometimes. These are strong people that you're making them change their hearts, be untrue to themselves, because you can't be true to yourself. Little by little, good people are giving up. Laziness sets in. Let someone else worry about it. It'll never happen. If you want a real, strong society with happiness and goodness, most of you, depending when you were born, you never had none of that. It's good when it's there. It's good. And it's supposed to be that way. Remember when you were a child on a playground and you met a little kid you never saw before. It's only a kid to you. You don't know what they look like. You're not thinking nothing like that. You're thinking, ooh, this is a friend. This is someone for me to talk to. Innocent thoughts. Child mind things. Ice cream. Someone gets hurt. Are you okay? Come on, people. What happened? Where did we go wrong? Think about it individually. And then let's do something about it. Stop saying it's not my problem. Stop acting like you can just shut the TV and it's out of your head. This needs to stay in your head every day till this stops. This has to stop. Can't do this. Don't just go out and buy a new TV card and make yourself feel better or whatever. That's ridiculous. You're just making another further segregation to another human being. Rich doesn't mean the house you live in, the car you drive, the clubs you belong to. That's not rich. Rich is when you're true to yourself, when you're not scared. That's rich. When you're not afraid because you know mind, body, and spirit is in tune. It's easy to let it go. Strong woman has had many things happen to her. Many. Did she blame a certain race, gender? No. And that's what we all need to do. Everyone is individual. Everybody makes their own choices. Supposedly. Not if they're oppressed. Not if they're hiding something. But everybody's hiding something. So we can all let it go. If we can go back to whoever hurt us, if we still can, to apologize. Beg them. You see, this whole world will change. If you don't want change, and just keep your head in the book, or your head in the phone, or shut off the TV, or go get drunk so you can suppress some more, do drugs so you can repress some more, this world will never get better. Get over yourself. Get strong. Get mind strong. Get body strong. Get spirit strong. We didn't start the fire. The world's been burning since the world's been turning. That's what I hear. But we don't have to fuel it. It will simmer down. Fire needs ingredients in order to burn. Let us not be the ingredient to let it continue. You see immediately. We change, they change. We change for the better, they change for the better. We change for the worse, they gonna change for the worse. And believe me, there's way more minorities than non-minorities. This is why we're having problems with society. We feel repressed. We're labeled. We're taught. If we love a man, and we are a man, we're a faggot. Or if we're a woman who loves a woman, we're a lesbo, a carpet licker. You know the insults, the words of fear and hate. We all invented them. Strong woman invented them. I've invented them. But it's a time we have to recognize. We cannot deny the havoc. We're like a third world country all of a sudden. September 11th? Are you kidding me? That should have never happened. That could have never happened. That would have never happened if we weren't repressed. If we didn't have secrets. Let the secrets out. You'd be surprised. The person next to you, what their secret is. You think your secret was bad, and it's not even your secret, my secret, her secret, his secret. It's human race secret. We all have them. We all have to let them out. It's not our fault. These secrets repress us and make us not good members of society. We need to let them go. Notice, when we get older, we get calmer. That's because we let it go little by little. We need to let it go now. Drop it like a hot plate. We don't have all this time. We're not going to make it. The human race is going to die. And it's going to be ugly. Do you want to see that? I don't. I don't want nobody I know, or don't know for that matter, to see that. Do something individually. Do something. Buy that stranger in front of you that you would normally fear their lunch, their drink, a pack of gum, whatever they buying, you know. Do that. Strong woman has done that many a times. Does she know? She just hopes that person passed it along. You can't control what everybody else does. You can only control what you do. You can control what you do. Whether or not you want to is another story. If you want to go about your life and not listen to words from someone who's spoken to many in many different places, overwhelming, we all talk to people when we go somewhere, but do they tell you their confessions? That's why a strong woman feels she could be a strong woman for all human race, every language, every religion. Even if you don't believe in religion, I don't care. We all have the same thing in common. Human. Doesn't matter who we worship. We should worship ourselves. We should worship our neighbors. Because if we keep everybody happy, then we be happy. Makes sense, no? Why don't you wave to the sanitation worker of any race, color, creed, picking up garbage off the street? Why don't you wave to them? Open your window and say thank you for your job. Thank you for your service. Just something tiny like that. That's all it takes. And then another good deed. And maybe that sanitation worker does something later on. And then that person does something nice later on. And when we all do this together, then it's just like an infection. You would treat an infection with one capsule. You take one capsule 3 times a day to get rid of the infection. You can't open the capsule and pour out the beads. It'll never end the infection. We the little beads inside the capsules. We the little beads. We need to get compacted into the capsule and take it 3 times a day until infection is gone. This is going to happen. We're going to continue to see what's going to happen. All the craziness, and it's not craziness, it's just people being repressed. This could be stopped if we're just honest with ourselves, mind, body, spirit. If you did something horrific in the past, regress, apologize, ask for forgiveness, ask for strength. I don't care if you believe in God or not. Talk to the mirror if you have to. Just recognize yourself. You are part of the human race. But your mind, your body is not clear. It's not true. Your body, your soul, is not true. We shouldn't condemn people because they just repeat it over and over again, because they're labeled. You label someone, they have no other way of thinking out of that box. We do it. We label them. We condemn them. It's not up to us. We have to help them so they don't do it again, so the cycle stops. Be nice to someone. They can be doing something wrong behind doors, and if you be nice to them, in a snap, they may change. Hey, something happened. Somebody cut me off while driving. I thought he was going to curse me out, but he apologized instead. Maybe when I get home, I won't beat my pet or kick my wife. Whatever the horrific stories are, and there's many of them. Because we have to hurt someone when they hurt us, because we're repressed. How many men here, act like a man, rah rah. That's all rhetoric and bullshit. When a little boy is a little boy, he's not a man. Yet, he's still a boy, but he still giggles and runs and blows bubbles, does all that stuff. What happens? Where does it go wrong for these little young people? That's what they are. They're little young people. We're just bigger people. But we still want to be that way. How come we can't? Because it's not cool? Really? Get over yourself. People are dying. Suffering. They wish they would die. And you're worried about being cool? Get over yourself. Strong woman recognizes, hears, has heard, still hears, will hear. Well, there's nothing I can do about it. Yes, there is. There's something we could all do about it. We all being affected. We're all repressed. We all have a secret. We are the human race. We are dying. We were the society. Now it's segregation. The Latino community, the Italian community, the Jewish community. We're all segregated. We're all separate. We live in different states. We find out where there's more of our kind, and we go to that community. And we stay and protect each other. That's ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. Some person cannot go near an area because of this. Never to get to see that peace on earth because we all so selfish. We all so repressed. We watch movies and we see all these things. We see into the Latino community, into the Italian community, into the black community. But we still watch it. Why don't we, instead of watching it on TV, just somehow, if we could all stop being so scared, so fearful, by just the way we look? Because that's the first thing. That's your first recognition, like cavemen. They see this big animal, and natural instinct is to kill it. Well, that big animal's a vegetarian, and that animal died for nothing because the caveman sees a big animal, so automatically he assumes that the big animal's trying to kill him. So here's this big animal eating leaves off a tree, has no interest in eating a human, and it dies anyway just because of the way it looks. This is where it started, and then the books kept it going, and people's opinions shaped ours. Books, rhetoric, bullshit changed our hearts. Little by little, there's war, havoc, gas chambers, beheadings, hangings. Well, what's any different if someone chokes you out till you can't breathe and the last words he says is, "I can't breathe," than a hanging? Where is that any different? You get asphyxiated, you can't breathe, you die. You plead for your life first, then you die. Where is that any different? You're not allowed to hang someone, but you're allowed to choke them out, and they tell you, "I can't breathe." 10 of you on top of him. None of you had the conscience to say, "Yo, he can't breathe." It blows my mind how this gets brushed under the rug. But you think we brushed it under the rug because we stopped talking about it. No, 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 no. Repression comes out in fear and anger. It won't stop. Do to them, they will do to you. Ben, you want to go out? Huh? Wait for water? Do for you, they will do for them. Stop doing stuff to people, and no one will be doing stuff back to people. Come on. 1 + 1 is 2. What school did you go to? Strong woman severely knows that everybody out there has an individual truth, has a secret, has a grievance. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what kind of car you have. What worldly possessions, material items you got. You have a secret, and it hurts you. And when you have the chance, you hurt someone because of the secret that hurts you. The repression that keeps the society segregated, hating each other, fearful. People, we have complete control over this. We gotta open that brain. 8%. Can you imagine you earn $200 a week and you only got to keep $16? Don't you feel robbed? Open that part of your brain. I guarantee you anything. Repression is the reason we can't use more of it, because we all repressed. We all basically have the same brain usage. Just go within your own brain, within your own heart, your own body, your own mind. Think of the saddest things that ever happened to you. Do what you have to do to get that out in a safe way. Don't hurt anybody. Spew it into the air. Tell it into a mirror. Tell it to a stranger. Whatever you gotta do, tell it. Tell it to Strong Woman. She knows already. That's why she's doing this, for your mind, body, and spirit. Whether you feel good or bad. Whether you did good or bad. Just look into yourself. Release what poisoned you individually. We all have secrets. We all keep secrets. For our husbands, for our kids. Nah, that wasn't my kid.